What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Summer. Oh, yeah, it's summertime rendering. Similar titles, I guess. Summer Hikaru Died. This time, similar vibes as well, a little bit. This time with episode 4. Really good episode again last week. We especially for me, very mind kind of melded at the minute of like we're getting told from the woman that we spoke to, I forget her name, so apologies, but the one we met at the supermarket, we're getting told from like her direction of don't continue this relationship, it is bad for you. And our main character Shin, I think his name is, knowing it's bad for him, but it just like it feel like we know it's bad. It's that classic kind of head versus heart. It knows it's bad, and it just feels so right though. And even I kind of felt like it might have been right, and just seeing it in a different light of Hikaru not actually being Hikaru, but a creature, like a new being, and just like yeah, just saw a lot of things from different perspectives last week. I think it was very powerful, and again, even changed my perspective. And maybe I shouldn't have like dismissed this all and just like written out as just bad and not good for him. It probably isn't still good for him, but it could actually be something like completely different to like what we think is the issue of him not actually mourning his crush. And yeah, it's just yeah, very interesting episode last week. Loving this show so far. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. Oh, you got to a point where the cats don't. Well, I say that. I was about to say you got to a point where the cats don't run away. I think you just fed it so much it literally couldn't run away. Brute forcing it. Meow. The gross stuff. What, steamy? Poor bloody cat. So fat. What is going on with this volume? Sorry guys. That's like 35 higher than I usually have it. It's getting to a point where I might be overplaying this opener a little bit. I play it so much. A fucking banger. I'd actually even say the full version is even better, which is not often the case actually with anime songs. This part especially. The way it just like gets you giddy, man. It's just like this is one of the best openings I've seen in a very long time. I just mentioned in my Fragrant Flower videos, anime is a lot more about how I feel than like how I kind of read things. Like how how well written something is nowhere near as important to me as how it made me feel. And that again, that just like gets me giddy a little bit. That opening. When I was talking about that, I was thinking of this show. Honestly, like this show just makes you feel just like yeah. It's got a lot of vibe to it. Don't really know how else to put it. Damn, he's strong. Dangerous, dangerous that though. Seen videos people snap their arms. I think ever since I saw videos of that happening, I've never had an arm wrestle. Way too dangerous. again. And she like her intuition is that good. She actually kind of believes her and goes along with it. Interesting. How is it that she can sense this stuff? Do you know what? Almost every slasher movie's had some kind of like clairvoyant, usually female lead, where they can like just tell something's gonna happen. It's a horror staple, that is. You love it. I love a yukata. Hey, nice. That's cute. Yeah, super cute. Do you know what I also love in that opening? I love the shot of this guy just like looking about. I don't know what it is about that shot, but it's really cool. That also kind of feels a bit like a almost like a 2000s found footage type of shot. Really? Fucking hell, I'd love to come here back in the day. Hen means weird. So the little girl's not going to school? Why is that? That creepy mask at the back there. These guys like the planners. It was like the committee. Scary mask in the back there. Note that for later. I wonder if that is a mask or if that might be some kind of presence. We did see. Was it in the opening episode? Might have been episode 2, but we did see one of the weird. I'm not really sure what to call them. I want to say like yokai, but I don't think it's like a yokai. We saw the infusion of this being with like a wall in like the back of a cupboard, right? So maybe something similar is going on in that cupboard, or maybe it's just a creepy mask. Probably just a creepy mask. 300 years. Honestly, from what we've seen, he looks like the most capable of anybody we've seen. So, absolutely. Bit of a stinky toe. Lovely. There's something I have noticed as well is that all of these guys seem to have like some. I'm not sure about this guy, but the other three have some kind of like scar or some kind of burn or something on them, don't they? Okay, so this is where we saw this last episode, didn't we? Sorry, I did just yap a bit. I didn't fully comprehend that. Sorry, guys. It wards off powerful spirits, so you'll be able to reach the mountain just fine. Okay. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I yapped a bit there, but yeah. As I was just saying, I think this guy's got something on his face. Maybe I'm just tripping and I didn't see anything, but yeah, these all of them have maybe having had encounters with hence they all believe it. I doubt anyone met many. Well, I don't know. It's a small kind of community, so maybe everybody believes it, but um, makes sense why they're so invested. Like if this was in the real world, so many people would just be like, "Yeah, you're talking rubbish. I'm going home. Forget about that." Maybe they've all had some kind of impact or had some kind of interaction with some kind of spirit or something. Because, like I said, they're all like scarred and all that burn. Or maybe it's just from something else. Handy little thing that then. Both the same. So this place is just like a ritual ground, and the other places actually have churches. This place is just left. Oh shit! The hamster. Oh shit! Really? Sorry. Like the subtitle was, "I want to go potty." Toilet ikitai. I'm pretty sure he just says he wants to go toilet. It says here. I mean, it's kind of in line with his character. I don't mind so much when the subtitle list. I mean, I can't do the job, so who am I to talk? But I don't mind so much when they kind of change the meanings of things to like fit the character's personality. Like there, actually kind of work pretty well, I think. But sometimes it just feels like they do way too much. So hopefully this is, and it's annoying as well because once you notice this, you're always kind of then constantly questioning: is everything I'm reading what's actually being said? That was a real big problem with medalists a couple seasons ago. Just like the subtitles took my enjoyment out of that. Mostly because they were dub subtitles. They just used the dub as the subtitle, so it didn't really fit. But I quite like this one actually. I want to go potty. Like I've got a baby. Well, he is recently kind of born and new, so again it fits pretty well. This is very interesting. This is like one of the biggest things that's happened yet. Jamakuzo. Shimbakuzo. What was that from? Resident Evil. That very much reminds me. Shimbakuzo. Good question. Good question. What flavor is that blue stuff? I don't know about you guys, but blue always tastes quite nice, whether it's like shaved ice or a slushy or something. But you never know. I never actually know what the taste is. I guess like blueberries, but it's just like the flavor is blue, and it always tastes nice. Like Gatorade, like blue Gatorade. What flavor is blue Gatorade? Blue flavor. Whereas with red, it's like strawberry flavor. I'm in a very tense moment right now, and I'm talking about blue flavor. Oh, he's just buttering you up. He's just buttering you up. He's having pains inside. Huh. That reminds me of that guy from Tuaru, who every time he uses magic, it hurts him. Like that happened. What do you expect? Did she see it as well? Again, I question why she is not going to school. Did she see the dead body as well? Something must have happened to her sister. Maybe she just saw how affected her brother was, and that kind of messed her up a little bit. I think we did see that shot, didn't we? Very strange. Breasted tree. So he hit his head on a stone. The bad weather protected the body from decomposing a little bit, I guess. What he was talking about there. He was here. Just as everything was normal. Maybe you were tripping. Maybe he never died. I mean, that's obviously not the case, but that would be a funny twist. That can't be the case. That's the stupidest thing I said about this, but you never know. I mean, it is still his body, but You could, yeah, I don't know. You get what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a matter of perspective, isn't it? Because maybe you could say I am right there, and that is still him in a way because of the memories. But yeah, depends how you want to look at it. I don't see it that way personally. Just to pause so I don't miss anything here. In regard to what I was just saying, now I don't see it that way. He obviously does have access to Hikaru's memories, but he isn't Hikaru. It is not him. It is a new being born out of those memories. So you could say it was Hikaru. It's almost that thing of, as humans, we're constantly evolving. Like every day we learn something new, we kind of become a different person. You can't ever hold anything against someone for like too long or anything, and unless they're like a real terrible person, because the next day they might learn the contrary to that and then have a different perspective of things. So I would say it's in a similar vein to that. Obviously, it's more intense here because it is actually like a being kind of attached to Hikaru, but in the same way that us humans are never the same person the day after the next day, it feels like that. It's like Hikaru was a base upon what this entity is kind of built upon, and he's just like as we saw last week, a little playful little kind of like child alien thing at the minute, and just like liking life and getting acclimatized to things and having fun. So I wonder if it does like mature and someone and maybe wants to like duplicate or what's the other word for it? Procreate. I wonder if it might get to like those stages and like matures or something. I don't know. Sorry, that was a yap and a half right there. But I'm glad we got to see that in a little bit more detail. The finding of Hikaru's body. It does beg the question. I still don't really know though if it was an accident. Like, did he fall and hit his head on a rock, or did something happen to him? Like something supernatural. Diseased. Diseased. Fucking hell. They call him diseased for his sexual preferences. But funny, but obviously quite horrible. Never heard someone call it diseased. You hear all kinds of horrible slurs and such. That's quite an old person seeming thing to say, isn't it? And sometimes you got to give the old people some slack. Like, again, I know it's wrong, but they lived in a different time. Sometimes you got to give them a little bit of slack, especially because they're old. Can't really change your ways too much. My hug, bro. It might not be the right thing, but it kind of feels like the right thing. Give him a hug. Honestly, just to get this out of the way, that there's been a lot of talk about kind of these themes and such being forced and a lot of things, and I think that it has become very popular to have inclusion and sexuality kind of talk and such in a lot of movies and such. I think that's a good thing, but it definitely does feel forced in some circumstances, and I feel like it did. I wouldn't say it felt properly forced, and it hasn't for this whole show. That's something I've really liked about this, that it hasn't felt forced and the characters are just this way. Not like in Lazarus where they had to have a character this way inclined, so they added one who meant nothing to the story or plot, but they added one just because they could. I will say that the way he said that felt a bit boomer like, like bringing it up the way he did. One of those LGBT people. That kind of sounds very boomer like, and not like pushed and kind of pushy with it, but it did feel a little bit out of place. This because again, it was just what it was this whole time. If you know what I'm saying, like it felt very natural and not forced or anything. But this line here, I'm not sure if it was purposely done because it was quite funny, but it definitely felt like an old man kind of said this. One of those LGBTs. Yeah. Let me know how you guys take that. I can imagine people taking that again in the way that I just said of it being, oh, they're trying to shove this down our throats and blah blah blah. But I mean, that obviously that's been a major theme of this whole show so far, and I think again they've done it very subtly well so far. So that was almost a bit surprising how much it stood out right there. And yeah, again, I think people see it as a good thing. Some people see it as a bad thing. I just thought that was quite funny. Totally going away from the way we've been showing it so far. And then there'll be the people like, oh, you missed out the letter T, like LGBT, like, yeah. Give him a hug then. That would be very handy, but I assume from what we just saw there, yeah, it costs him. Really? What the fuck? Holy crap. Is that expensive? I did read that right. That costs him a whole organ just for this. Like, is it? That's crazy. That is a lot like the guy I was talking about from Tuaru. I forget his name right now, but the blonde guy with the glasses. Um, wow, what the hell? Cost him like, I mean, this barrier seemed powerful and like big in span, but it feels like a very disproportionate cost to what he got there, right? Like a whole organ. You haven't got many of those left, bro. You're now one organ down, and what did you accomplish with this? I mean, you realise that there's an entity here, I guess. That might be invaluable. Oh wow, how has this guy operated till now? And how will this guy continue to operate? And the prices of things that are helpful come at such a cost. Lucky the hamster's free, I guess. They probably still had to pay for that with money. Each one robs an internal organ, so I can't make very many. And he says that like he's done it before as well, so I assume this isn't the first time. And yeah, this guy does have some kind of like burn, or maybe this is just a mole, but it kind of looks like a burn under his left eye, so I wasn't tripping earlier. I also did kind of want to point out, how the hell does this guy's head fit in this shirt? Like, how did this guy get this? I guess he wears these shirts because he had to bun up, but how could this guy ever wear a pull-on shirt? Because his head is fucking ginormous. Another thing I saw during that scene earlier and didn't point out. His head was fucking massive. Okay. I'm good. I'm glad that it isn't just like free, if you know what I'm saying. It's not just, oh, he's just magic. But this is extreme. This is, and I like that. All of like the best horror games are some of my favorites because they're so limited on resources, and it just makes for a more tense situation. He was hyped when he heard about it. Maybe like a dog or a cat or a human, or maybe a hamster. Oh, could that be a thing? Perhaps the hamster isn't actually a hamster. Got pause and go on. I apologise, guys. Did she just slap the shit out of that thing? That would just happen. She was like, fucking get out of here. I won't also run out of time. I've only got a minute left. So she like does this in her off time. She like takes care of these spirits, sorts them out. I thought for a second she like transformed from it, but no, she just slapped it. Get out of here. Okay, she seems pretty capable as well then. I hope I interpreted that right. Like, am I right in saying that? She just slapped the shit out of that thing. I love this fucking ending as well. Probably the best opening and ending this season. Or maybe it's because of how I feel towards this show that I enjoy them even more as well. The cow shots do help. I think I read the lyrics to this as well last week. It was very sad. I think I read the lyrics to the opening as well. Can't fully remember them, but yeah. That's what I love about anime openings and endings. They actually kind of. I did watch the video to the opening. That's really cool. The live action video to the opening song. But yeah, I just love that they actually tailor their songs to the show rather than just taking already popular songs, using them, which sometimes fit quite well. Oh crap! So this is how. So what? Are you telling me he came here to see that thing? Why was he out here? I forget. Surely he wasn't out here just to see this. I mean, to be fair, this is a thing that me and my friends probably would have done. Probably plenty of teenage boys would have done this. He's not that way inclined though, right? Like he is gay, so I don't think he probably. I don't. Yeah, I doubt he was out here for this, but who knows? Like I said, a very teenage boy thing to do. This wasn't his goal, was it? The tree with boobs. That would be a like in high school and such. This would be a legendary encounter, I think. So he did just slip. Okay. He just slipped and hit his head on a rock and died. And this is where we saw the kind of entity kind of take him over, isn't it? Come back to that in a minute. Yoshiki. Kind of like Star. So his dying wish was for something to stay by Chiki's side, huh? Well, that's really adorable. I wonder if it kind of inherited those feelings as well. I mean, he was alive when he said that, so they are his memories as well, so maybe that's a big thing that sticks out to this entity now. So yeah, so he what did he say here? He had to carry out the Indo family duty and not make his mum suffer again.